is a beginner's guide to the magical world of medicinal plants. Always do your own research. Always keep up to date with any supplements you're currently taking. Always consult your healthcare provider or doctor or professional or whoever, especially if you're pregnant, breastfeeding, have pre-existing conditions, or are taking any medications, whether they're over-the-counter or prescribed, because some herbs can cause contraindications, mess with the effectiveness of your medication, and in some instances, make it completely useless. I am not a doctor, so let's get that out of the way. I am just a beginner herbalist trying to make the world a more natural place, one herb at a time. And with that out of the way, welcome back, my Botanical Babes and my Funky Fun guys, to Medicinal Mondays with Ray, where we talk all things magical, healing, herbal, and holistic. Blessings and good vibes to you today. I'm Ray. All right, soil tribe. Y'all can feed me to the wolves now. It has been, oh gosh, I think my last video update was in the spring, and then shit just went crazy, like life be lifing. We've had the gardens, we had just summer. We spent the summer sticking close to the homestead, keeping busy, you know, tending to the gardens, the yard, the kids, all of that. There's been all kinds of different things that have happened. That is for another day. That is not what this portion of my channel is for. This is Medicinal Monday, so if you really want to listen to me talk shit, then check out some of my other videos, but life be lifing. But I'm so glad to be back. Like, I'm so glad I'm finally feeling up to it. I'm glad, you know, just, I'm sure we've all felt the last few months. I'm sure we all have. So, back to Medicinal Mondays. I'm hella excited to do this video. I had a wonderful lady ask me some questions about today's herby friend, and then that basically got the fire under my ass to be like, why don't you make a Medicinal Mondays video, seeing as how you already have all this information? So, today's herby friend is actually ashwagandha. And I know some of y'all have probably heard about it. I know at the villa, it's like there's constantly commercials and ads for ashwagandha. And I really didn't know much about it until I sat down and did all of this for that lady. Wonderful lady. If you're watching, thank you. So yeah, I didn't really know much about ashwagandha until I did this. And, oh, all right. So let's jump into it. Historically, ashwagandha is also known as, because I can't pronounce it, and it's been used for over 3,000 years in Ayurvedic medicine. That's a hard one for me. It's considered rasana, which means a rejuvenating herb. So it's something that restores energy, it strengthens the body, it supports long-term vitality. It does a lot for your body. If you see me looking back and forth here to my notes, then just bear with me. Because it's not about knowing it all. It's about knowing where to find it. And I don't really know much about it, so I'm going to be referring to my notes a lot. But ashwagandha is an adaptogen, which is super important. It's a calming nervine, which is also super important. Inflammatory. A mild sedative, but in a different sort of way. And an antispasmodic. What does it all mean, Ray? So it means that it supports the body in stressful times. Not by numbing you, but by helping your whole system adapt. So it helps you adapt to stressors. So if something happens, there's an imbalance. Ashwagandha helps regulate that balance, helps your body adapt so it doesn't have too many cortisol spikes. It's a powerful adaptogen. It helps the body adapt to physical, emotional, and mental stress. So there's the big thing there. It's not just about what it does to help your body balance, but what it does to help like your mind and your mental balance. It's also a calming nervine. So it's gently soothing and it's nourishing to the nervous system. It's not a stimulant. So it's not going to stimulate the things in your nervous system, but rather help give it nourishment and calm it down. It can help reduce anxiety. And that is the biggest one. That is what I knew about ashwagandha, is it was really good for, excuse me. There we go. Sorry, I had a little puppy dog. I had a call come in, so it paused the recording. This is Captain, it's my puppy dog. Right, so it reduces anxiety by promoting a sense of calm. And that's what I knew about ashwagandha. Like, I take it in a tincture. I made my own tincture and I take it. It's fucking gross. So that's why I take it, for it to help with anxiety. And it also prepares the body for a deeper rest by slowing a busy mind. So that's how it's kind of like a sedative, is it doesn't actually sedate you, but it helps your body and mind calm yourself down so that you can rest. Ow. Ashwagandha also reduces systemic inflammation. So like inflammation everywhere. It's not localized. It doesn't like hit on one spot. It helps the inflammation throughout the body. So it makes it supportive for chronic stress patterns, tension, and in some cases, joint discomfort too. It is a potent antioxidant though. I didn't know that. So it helps neutralize oxidative stress and supports overall cellular health. It's immunomodulating. So going back to what I said about helping your body adapt, excuse me, and the balances and stuff, being an immunomodulant, it helps bring your body and your immune system and all of that back in homeostasis. Love that word. So it helps balance the immune system, regulating both an overactive and an underactive one. So because it's an immunomodulant and an adaptogen, if you have an overactive immune system, it'll help balance that. If you have an underactive immune system, it'll help balance that, depending on what your body needs. And it also supports healthy white cell activity. So that's another big thing. It nourishes the endocrine system by helping maintain healthy cortisol rhythms, supporting those experiences of adrenal fatigue or chronic stress. So if you've got chronic stress, adrenal fatigue, just more on the fatigue side, ashwagandha is probably a really good supplement to take. It gently uplifts moods. It reduces irritability. It supports emotional regulation, so hormones and stuff like that. And it may mildly increase thyroid hormones. So if you have a hyperactive thyroid like I do, use caution, because like I said, the immunomodulant, overactivity, underactivity. In some people with a hyperthyroid, it can stimulate the production of T3 and T4 cells. So it might not be a good idea. But again, talk to your healthcare provider. If you know your body, whatever. It's all on you. Ashwagandha also supports cognitive function. So it's good for your brain. It improves focus, memory, mental clarity, and promotes reproductive health in both men and women. So I do believe, theory has it, ashwagandha helps with male sexual performance, we'll say, and in women, it's more of the hormonal balance from what I understand. So those are those. But the key benefits for ashwagandha are the reducing of anxiety, anxious tension, overwhelm, the tired but wired patterns that we get sometimes where we're exhausted but we're fucking wired. Supports deeper sleep, reduces stress-related inflammation, eases joint tension, supports immune balance, regulates cortisol, helps with focus, memory, mental clarity, and even supports reproductive health. So that's basically ashwagandha in the nutshell of things. It's really good for adapting to stressors, keeping your stress down, keeping your anxiety down, helping you relax. Excuse me, I need another drink of coffee. Helping you relax. And like I said, I knew about the anxiety thing. I take it in a tincture in my tea. I also have it in a powder form, which usually goes with our how do I and where do I, but we're winging it today. I'll come through. That stopped the recording. And I had a whole blurb of 2 minutes of shit before that. I noticed that happened, so. Right, where do I, how do I section, but I get this, my ashwagandha powder from Arisma Holistic Herbal here in Truro. Lynn is a fantastic, knowledgeable woman. She is absolutely great. And you add your favorite milk because that helps the absorption. But I'm telling you, that shit is nasty. It is so bitter. So if you don't like strong, bittery things, tincture's probably your best bet. Alcohol-based, of course. But put it in your tea and it evaporates the alcohol. There's some sort of science behind that. All right. What's next? What's next? So yeah, and because we talk about all things herbal, holistic, healing, and magical, let's get into some magical things here from my botanical witches. Because ashwagandha, I didn't know this, has been used in deep spiritual practices too. So for grounding and protection, perfect for centering yourself, creating energetic boundaries, makes sense. Courage and resilience, stress and aura clearing, dream work and intuition, love and sacred sensuality. There's the female-male reproductive health. Emotional shielding. So it fortifies your aura from draining people or environments. So the element is earth. Planet is Mars, and the chakra is the root and the sacral, which that makes sense for grounding and all that. Like your root chakra is your sense of safety and security, and your sacral is like your passion, your fire in your belly, that sort of thing. But you know we cannot do Medicinal Mondays without giving you the tea on safety. Safety time. Ashwagandha isn't for everyone. There are some contraindications and safety things with it, so please use caution. Use caution if you have a hyperthyroid. We talked about that already. Use caution if you are pregnant. Use caution if you have an autoimmune condition. Use caution if you're taking thyroid medication or taking sedatives or sleep aids. If you're taking blood pressure or blood sugar meds, use caution. Or if you have a history of liver issues, use caution, consult your doctor. Now I lost my thought. Be smart. Anyway, be smart. You can take it in the tincture or the powder like we talked about. You can take it in supplements. The key is consistency. With ashwagandha and a lot of herbs, you have to take them consistently. These aren't herbs that you can just take every once in a while. It's something that's got to be part of your everyday ritual, medication, whatever you want to call it. It's got to be part of your everyday. That's why I find tinctures easier, because I can just add some drops to my tea. Powder, not a fan. Not a fan. I haven't tried the supplements, so I don't know. But consistency is key, because herbs don't work unless you use them. And that's the herb, the whole herb, nothing but the herb. So help me, herbalist. Well, that's ashwagandha. Calming, grounding, helps with cortisol, immunomodulant, like gives you that homeostasis, reduces the anxiety, all of that fun stuff. I hope you learned something today. I hope I've inspired you today. You know, it's not a great big, there's other things that you can definitely read about ashwagandha, but these are just the things that I brought to you today in the kitchen. So thank you for joining me in the kitchen this week. It feels so good to be back. It feels so good to make these videos for you guys, because I love learning and I love teaching. So thanks for joining me in the kitchen. Stay natural, and may your Mondays be magical.